I'm doing an interview. I'm Chandler Hughes, here with
Rhea Gibson.
Rhea Gibson. Now, this is City Strings, program in Massachusetts that I go to, and she's a teacher at. So, what got you into violin in the first place?
Oh, that's a great question. So I actually started playing piano when I was about 4 years old because my parents really wanted me to get into music. I come from a very musical family. And so I played piano for a few years. And then when I was 7 years old, I had the amazing opportunity to hear Yo-Yo Ma play at a school assembly. Do you know who Yo-Yo Ma is?
No.
Yo-Yo Ma is a very, very, very famous cellist. So you should look him up when you get home. I just loved it so much that I went home and I said, Mommy, Daddy, can I please play the cello? I had actually wanted to play the piccolo, the really tiny flute. And then do you know what a piccolo is?
No.
It's a really tiny flute. It's like higher pitch. And then I said, no, I want to play the cello. And that's how I started playing strings.
So, what got you into city strings, and what's the importance of it?
Okay. So I was living in Atlanta, Georgia for a while, and I was teaching music for Atlanta Public Schools. Okay. So I was an orchestra director. So I taught cello, violin, viola, and a couple of bass players. And due to some various family circumstances, I actually moved back to Massachusetts. I'm from Cambridge, Massachusetts originally, but I decided to move back. And I was taking a class about starting a music program. So I had this thought that I want to have an all cello program. I wanted to start a program all by myself, right? But then I was taking this class and people were like, Rhea, have you heard of Bithia Israel? And I said, no. And they were like, she's already doing this. She has an all cello program. You should find her. So I went to a City Strings concert. This is when they were pretty young. So they started in 2012. And I met Bithia in 2016, the beginning of 2016, at a concert. And she said, oh my goodness, like, come and help us out. I'm like, come and help us out. She had a program that was meeting every Saturday. At that point, she had about 20 cello players. So I was really, really excited because this is what I wanted to do. There was already someone doing it. They needed help with what she was doing. And I said, hey, why don't I get involved with Bithia? And I did. And she was just so welcoming. And it felt like a family for me. And yes, that's how I got into City Strings.
What about the importance, as I asked earlier?
Yes, that's a great question. I think so it's so important to me because as I was telling you, like, I just went home and I asked my parents, I really want to play the cello. And they were like, of course you can play the cello. Well, you know what? Not all children have the opportunity to just go to their parent and say, I want to play the cello, and that they can afford to pay for the cello and afford to pay for the lessons and all the supplies. It's very expensive, right? Some families can afford that and some families cannot afford that. And Bithia Israel was providing free cello lessons. It didn't matter if parents could pay for it or not. She wanted to provide free cello lessons to her students. And I thought this was so incredible. And I wanted to be a part of that type of organization. Okay. Does that answer your question? Why it's so important?
So also, give me one or two reasons why you have not quit yet. Not that it's a bad place, but
that's actually a really good question.
You've been walking for so long.
Yeah, it's actually been almost 10 years.
Yes,
I mentioned I really feel like City Strings is like an extended family. And it's very, very hard to quit on family. Do you have a big family?
Yes.
Do you ever feel like, man, this family, I just don't want to be part of this family. Bye, everybody.
No.
That's kind of how I feel about, I care so much about City Strings. And so it would, if I even thought about it, it would be really, really hard to leave because I really love the students. I love all the teachers. And also, another reason why I don't quit.
You don't have to do too.
Oh, yeah, that's the main reason. I really care about it.
So I can see the community going. So final question. You said this wanted to be a cello only program. So how do you feel with violins and pianos being?
I'm actually really happy that we have expanded our programming because for many years, even as an all cello program, we had a lot of parents come and say, do you teach the violin? Do you teach the piano? Because we're called City Strings United. We're not called City Cellos United. So it kind of felt like eventually we would add violin. And then we also, Bithia and I both think that learning the piano is actually really great for any musician. Just the way that the keyboard is set up and it's a very visual instrument and you can play pretty quickly, right? You play a little piano, don't you?
Yeah, you used to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So do you know what I mean about that? Like, on your violin, it took a bit for you to be able to play one, note or a few notes, right? But on piano, you just hit the key, right?
Yeah.
It's more complicated than that. But yes, I am actually really happy about it. And I think it was going to happen eventually. And I hope maybe one day we'll expand to wind instruments. I don't know. We might have to change the name, right? Because it's City Strings United.
But
Plus piano. There are strings in the piano, though. Did you know that?
Sorry, I froze there for a second. Anyway, a comment I'd like to say about question 4 is, I do it on like my main family, my extended main family, my main extended family, and my extended family. I'd have to say, since you guys are even my extended family.
You think of us as a family too?
Yes.
I love to hear that. I really, really do.
But that's how I like to think.
Yeah, I like to think of it as a family too.
Only my parents and my grandparents are in a main family. And
so I like that we're kind of an extended family. Thank you so much for this.
But yeah, thanks.
I appreciate the questions. May I give you a hug? And also, I have to get my signature. Autograph.
But before we do that, you want to say the outro with me? Thank you so much
for watching
this
video. Be blessed, feel blessed, and stay blessed.
And have a Chandler-tastic day. Bye, guys.